Well, last year the Phillies didn't play baseball on the 4th of July. It was only the 6th time in franchise history that happened. They're back at it this year. Birthday number 247 in front of some transplant fans as they take on the Rays down here in Tampa. It's game one of a 3-game series. The Rays, one of the best teams in all of baseball. So they've been one of the best teams since the start of the year, right from the gate. Now they're right near the Atlanta Braves, and the Braves are sizzling. But these are the best records in baseball. You got 2 National League East teams on there, bookending the teams in the middle. Hey, everybody, I'm Tom McCarthy, along with John Kruk. Making a road trip, huh?
I'm loving it.
Loving it.
Yeah, anytime I get to spend more time with you, it's a special thing.
Come on. The hats that Johnny's wearing is very similar to what the players are wearing today in honor of 4th of July. All right, let's talk about the All-Star that the Phillies have. They have one right now, aside from the coaching staff and Nick Castellanos.
And well-deserved, Tom. I mean, Nick has been our best player pretty much from opening day until now. And this is the 19-run game that we beat the Washington Nationals. Nick, off of Gore, gets a base hit, and then he hits his home run. Thought Hill caught that ball to start, but then we see it rolling around in the mulch. But he's just been doing everything for the Phillies. And not only offensively with the doubles, now the home runs, the RBIs, his defense in right field has been really, really good also. He's busting it on the base pass. It's just been a complete season for Nick Castellanos, and he's well-deserved to be seen in Seattle in the All-Star game.
Yeah, it's his second selection to the All-Star game as a reserve. He has 26 doubles. He's 1 away from his total from last year. That's impressive. Same with the home runs. He's 1 away. So here are the outfielders who were selected. Corbin Carroll, the rookie, he's one of the 3 starters. Juan Soto, it's interesting that he's there considering his struggles this year, but it's nice to see Nick there. And before we left Philadelphia, Nick talked about the selection.
It's an honor, to be able to represent the city and the team, and also to be able to experience it with the coaching staff. It's going to be a fun time. It has everything to do with my success. Last year I wasn't comfortable or relaxed in any part of my surroundings. Also building relationships with all my coworkers, the city, the media. I didn't really have a grasp on all of it, and I'm somebody that everything is connected, right? So if I don't have peace in any of those relationships, how am I going to have it in the box?
Well, his coworkers are certainly proud of him for making an All-Star appearance with the Philadelphia Phillies uniform on it. Hey, how about this? 2 very close best friends going at it today. For Aaron Nola, his 18th start of the year. For Zach Eflin, the former Phil, 9 wins so far. He's making his 16th start. We'll talk about these 2 old friends. They both had smiles on their faces when discussing this matchup. We'll talk about it when we get back. With a reliable connection you can count on in the clutch, even during peak hours. The next generation Xfinity 10G network. Back in the house that Kevin Stocker built, the Phils get set to take on the Rays in game 1 of this series in St. Petersburg. We get a chance to see Zach Eflin against Aaron Nola. In fact, Rob Thompson even smiled today when talking about this matchup, about 2 friends, 2 really close friends, going at it against each other.
Yeah, and I spoke with Aaron briefly on the plane, and he said, we wish we didn't have the DH. We could face each other. He said that would have been a blast. But, you look at their pitcher comparisons. Aaron's career probably a little better than Zach. Zach had some injuries, but like you said, Tom, when you're that close to each other like that, they compete against each other. And they are going to talk some smack when this one's over, depending on which pitcher wins.
Yeah, they got together first in Double-A in Reading, where they were teammates. That was a heck of a rotation. All right, so Zach's had a really good year. He's been much better at home than on the road, but this is his last start against Arizona.
Yeah, great start against Arizona, and you see the repertoire. Basically, the curveball like Aaron, the 2-seamer like Aaron. They are so similar in so many different ways that if you're looking to hit off Zach Eflin, just watch tape Aaron Nola.
Yeah, really. All right, so 8 starts at home. This is his 9th. Dominating, 8-0 with a 2.17 ERA. On the road, not so much. He may be pitching for a spot in the All-Star game today.
Well, let's hope so. It'd be nice to see him there, but it'd be nice to see him pitch a great game and lose. I love you, Zach, but can't help it. Phillies, baby.
We shall see what happens here today. It's game 1 of this 3-game series. JT and Zach, they were very close when the 2 were teammates. Zach said, I think he's going to laugh when he steps in the box. Lineups at first pitch when we get back. Network, the future starts now. Schwarber, Turner, Castellanos, Harper, Realmuto, and Stott. Same lineup as the other day. It includes Bohm at third, Derek Hall back at first, and Brandon Marsh at center field. Zach Eflin's finished up his warm-up tosses. He gave a salute over to the Phillies dugout. They saluted him back. And he's looking for his 9th win of the year. Kyle Schwarber will dig in. Our first pitch is brought to you by Audi. Experience the e-tron at your local Delaware Valley Audi dealer. And the first pitch of the day is a fastball in there. We're underway. And the count is 0-1. You'll see a lot of sinkers from Eflin, which everybody already knows. He doesn't throw his changeup as often as he used to. Inside. Well, there's the changeup right out of the gate. He did say that. He said, I'm a little different. I don't throw my changeup as often as I used to. I'll throw the cutter more. I'll throw the curveball more.
But you think he thought you might go tell everyone?
No, I'm just, it was all out there. That's outside. It is pretty funny, though, that the second pitch he threw was the changeup. 2-1. Schwarber 188 with 22 home runs, 47 runs batted in. Swing and a miss. There's the curve.
Yeah, I think one thing you're going to see, well, you hope you see from Aaron especially, but these two guys don't walk many people. No. You're going to have to earn it.
Yeah, look at Eflin's only walked 15 so far. Swing and a miss. So he throws back-to-back curveballs. He gets Schwarber one out here in the first. Here's the pitch arsenal presented by Audi, John.
Yeah, the sinker is going to be and the curveball are going to be the two main ones. He will throw that cutter quite a bit also, but you see the rest of his pitches, changeup, four-seam slider, eliminate him. Look for the first three.
Trey Turner, the batter. Turner hitting .249. Takes strike one. It's 0-1. Turner first in the National League in at-bats. He's hit it 8 of 9. He's one of the few that have at-bats against Zach Eflin. There's a four-seamer again. He only throws that a couple times a game.
He's trying to fool us, isn't he?
I think he is. He's throwing everything at this point.
He must have seen our opens before and say how we dissect his pitching. And he said, well, you know what? I'm going to show those two heavyweights up there.
The numbers for Turner against Eflin, .292 with 7 hits, 2 home runs, swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts, and there are 2 outs here in the first.
Tom, he's on pace for 27 strikeouts.
Boy, that would be an amazing record.
It would be.
On so many levels. We revisit the numbers again, 90 1/3 innings, and I think that number, John, is impressive at this point because we're halfway through the year. His knees have always been problematic, but he's only missed a start because of back discomfort this year.
And that's so happy for him too. Like you said, I mean, you won't find a nicer gentleman than Zach Eflin, and you always wish him the best no matter where he went. But I think this is a perfect place for him. Tampa, they got a great team, and he's been a big contributor to that.
Pitch is low, and it's 2 balls and no strikes.
Gee, respect the all-star gardeners.
I thought Nick's comments the other day were poignant and actually very entertaining too, when he called his teammates his co-workers.
Well, he's been going to work every day this year, that's for sure. Couldn't be happier for him.
He's ahead, 2 balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss, 2-2. 3rd in the league in batting, 4th in hits. John Tumpane, the home plate umpire, his nickname is the Ripper because of his strike 3 call. Crew chief is David Rackley at first. 2-2. Hit foul into a sea of Philly fans, and there are a lot of them here.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, there are plenty.
They're behind each dugout, but mostly behind the third base dugout and in the second level. It's a really good crowd today. Just a bit inside and high. It's 3-2. Pitch. Fouled back to the screen again.
I think that's where I think the game has changed more than ever. You have Bryce Harper, you know, two-time MVP behind you, and you get a 3-2 breaking ball. Never in the 80s and 90s would you have gotten a 3-2 breaking ball.
And a called strike 3 right at the bottom of the zone. Nick did not think so. Eflin just struck out the side. 2 swinging, 1 looking. Middle of the first. It's the Phillies nothing, and Aaron Nola going to work against the Rays. Rays lineup brought to you by the Xfinity 10G network. The future starts now. It's an ever-changing lineup, and maybe not the people in it, but where they bat in the lineup. But Diaz and Franco have been 1-2 for the last week. Facing Aaron Nola, and a first pitch hit toward first on 1 hop. Derek Hall's got it. Well, that is a relatively comfortable number 1 out.
That is a great start.
1 pitch, 1 away. Aaron's numbers: 102 strikeouts and 105 2/3 innings.
Aaron's on pace for 27 pitch complete game, Tom.
And it'll take like an hour and a half if they're both going to do this.
Well, Zach needs to quit striking guys out so we can speed this thing up a little.
That does lengthen it a little.
It does.
We got a violation against the hitter.
Huh.
So it's no balls and 1 strike.
You know you're going good when you don't even throw a pitch and it's 0-1.
I didn't even look to see where the clock was when Franco did step in. I thought they adjusted it because Aaron asked for a new baseball. First pitch to Franco. And a fastball, or yeah, first pitch, but it's the second one in the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's very confusing sometimes.
So's life.
That one just missed inside. 2-1. Franco 3 for 12 in the series against the Mariners that just finished up. A lot of people here think he's going to be added to the All-Star team with a .283 batting average with 9 homers and 42 runs batted in. OPS is over 800. Curveball that sweeps in 2-2.
I like the fact that that's always been an issue with Tampa. They get good young players, then they lose them all. But this young man is signed for a long time, so get used to him here in Tampa Bay.
Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. First strikeout for Aaron. 2 outs here in the first. Citizen stats leader. Citizens the official bank of the Phils, and the batter now is Luke Relly. He's been a pleasant surprise for the Rays. The Rays players with 12 home runs or more this season, they've got 6 of them, which is pretty impressive. They had 2 last season. The only other team in Major League Baseball that has this number are the Braves, who will be in here this weekend.
Hey, remember a couple years ago, Brandon Lowe was their best hitter, best player, really. He's got 9 homers, but barely hitting over 200, so he gets going. Lordy sake.
Outside, 1-1. Raleigh originally was selected by the Los Angeles Dodgers and then found his way here to St. Pete. He's hit in 5 straight. Foul tip, it's 1-2. This is the 1st of June. He's hitting .343 with 13 extra base hits. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Aaron Nola. That's a nice way to match his buddy, Zach Eflin. He also works a 1-2-3 first. We'll go to the second. Bryce Harper to lead it off when we get back. Today, the over-under for Zach Eflin in strikeouts 5.5, for Nola 6.5. And Bryce Harper drills one deep down the right field line, foul. And it's 0-1. Harp hitting .293 with 3 home runs, 22 runs batted in. And a bouncer back toward the middle. Eflin got his hand out of the way. After 17 pitch first inning in which he struck out 3, he gets an out pretty quickly here in the second.
Here's the catcher.
And it brings JT Realmuto to the plate. Zach would like a new baseball. Yeah,
nice little stare out at each other there. Zach looking in, JT with a big grin on his face. I Think about all the meetings that those two have been in together.
That one low. It's 1-0. You know, Zach talked about obviously Aaron and facing Aaron, but also talked about his relationship with JT and how important it was during his time in Philadelphia. Zach had an option that the Phillies didn't pick up, so he signed a 3-year, $40 million contract, the largest ever for a Rays pitcher.
So far, he's earned it.
Yeah, he sure has. Grounder foul, and it's 1-2. And this does help he and his family somewhat because he lives during the offseason outside of Orlando. So his wife Lauren, their 3 daughters, he has twin daughters and an older daughter that, you know, he's closer to them. Out to center field. I was wondering what he was doing. I thought he was going to play it on a hop for a second.
I thought he was going to call it a strike. JT ran past Zach with the words of wisdom for him, I'm sure. Well, Siri, yeah, Tom, you know. I think he said good swing.
Well, Bryson Stott now the batter. Stott hitting .294 with 7 home runs. Breaking ball 0-1.
Wow. Today could be the day.
What?
Keeps making those
Oh,
calls.
yeah, for you. There's a line drive base hit to left field for Stott. He's on his way to second. Rosarina won't have a play. And Bryson Stott with a 2-out double. His 14th double of the year.
We've seen Bryson do this a lot, hitting balls down that third base line like that, but yet teams continue to play shift on him toward, you know, the third baseman moves more towards second base. Look how, well, first of all, he's playing for the bunt, but I mean, no chance. That's a routine grounder to third if he's playing back, but we appreciate it. Keep doing it. I hope every team does it.
Bohm takes a strike at the knees. It's 0-1.
I wonder if there'll be a player ejected today.
Well, we're laying the groundwork for it. Tom Payne's usually a pretty good ball strike umpire too. 0-2.
Maybe he wants to go see fireworks somewhere.
He might.
Got to get out of here before dark.
Did you see any fireworks last night?
No,
You didn't pull the
my
shades?
eyelids, I mean, unless they were popping off on my eyelids. No, I didn't see any.
0-2 pitch coming to Bohm. A little high, 1-2.
I did enjoy a nice night of Monday Night Raw. It was nice.
Was it a holiday version of it?
What's that?
Was it the holiday version of it?
Yeah, I mean, they wished everyone happy 4th.
Of course they did.
My buddy Corey Graves.
Fouled off toward the upper deck. Count remains 1-2. Phillies had the off day yesterday in Tampa. It used to be they stayed here in St. Pete, but they stay in Tampa now, right in downtown Tampa. 1-2 pitch to Bohm. Fly ball left center field. That's going to split the gap and go to the wall. The Phillies are going to take the lead. Stott will score. Bohm's on his way to second. It's an RBI double. 14th double of the year for Alec Bohm. It's also 55 runs batted in, and you can hear the Philly faithful.
Hey, you know, I mean, did Alec Bohm have a chance to make the All-Star team too? I mean, he's having a heck of a year.
And by the way, John, that is the 100th career extra base hit for Alec Bohm.
Congratulations, Alec, but that's just the beautiful thing. You know, we've talked about his progression as an offensive player and how he'll early in the count he'll take his shots to try to hit one out, but then he goes back to just a nice easy swing. And, you know, he hit a bullet out there into left center field. The youngsters came to play in Tampa.
Yes, they did. Yeah, 55 runs batted in now. Derek Hall, the batter. Hall .227 in the big leagues. Had a base hit the other day. Hits that one out to left. Rosarina going back, and he reaches up at the last moment, and he makes the catch. But the Phillies do strike first. They get a run on the RBI double by Bohm. Middle of the second, Phillies 1 and the Rays nothing. Interleague matchup versus the Phils Monday, July 24th. 2 night games at 6:40 and then a 3rd night game at 6:05. Kids 14 under receive the MLB Network cap on the 26th. Secure your seats today by going to Phillies.com. Phillies this year are 16-10 in interleague games. And now we begin the second, up 1-0, and Randy Rosarina will lead things off for the Rays. Against Aaron Nola, who struck out 2 in the first inning. Fastball in there, 0-1.
Now, Randy Rosarina had a great World Baseball Classic from Mexico, if I recall. He wasn't Trey Turner, but he had a great.
Inside, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
This man can play.
At the knees, and it's 1-2. I will say this about him in the World Baseball Classic. He was unbelievably engaging with all the fans.
Well,
he'd stand out in left field and sign autographs during the game.
We used to do that in winter ball, so I don't see why he wouldn't do it in regular.
Well, this year he's hitting .287 with 16 home runs. He's heading to the All-Star game.
And he's going to participate in the Derby, I hear. Along with Pete Alonso.
Adley Rutschman, I think, from the Orioles is now being in that too. Yeah. Here's the 1-2 from Nola. Swing and a miss. 3rd strikeout in a row. So 1 out here in the second. And here's Isaac Paredes. How about the year this guy's having?
Yeah, great breaking ball. You see how Rosarina, how far out in front he got. Look how far out front he is. And he tried to reach and catch up and couldn't. Great pitch by Aaron.
Paredes playing 3rd base for the Rays. He's 24 years old. Out of Mexico. Finished the series with the Mariners with 2 hits in 5 at-bats. He was with the Tigers in 20 and 21 before coming to the Rays in 2022. It's that one sharply foul.
Missed everyone. Look at all them Phillies fans, man.
It's awesome.
It is fantastic. We always knew it, that Phillies do travel well.
Another one bounced foul this time toward the same area, and remains 1-2. Paredes was originally signed by the Chicago Cubs. He was traded with Jamer Candelario to the Tigers by the Cubs. Pretty good pickups by the Tigers. Both have since moved on. Outside 2-2. And a call, strike 3. Bottom of the zone with that sinker. 4 straight strikeouts now for Aaron.
Hey, how special is this, huh? Locked up Paredes with that 2-seamer or 4-seamer, whichever one it was, but whatever it was, it had a little tail on it, but what a pitch.
Well, now Brandon Lau just off the injured list. In fact, he was brought off yesterday by the Rays. John mentioned before, hitting just .205 this year with 9 homers and 29 runs batted in. He was 4 for 17 during his rehab time. Change up low, and it's 1-1.
Nice red, white, blue spikes that Lowe has on.
It's that sharply, a base hit to right field. First hit of the day for the Rays. And it comes with 2 outs here in the second. Now Jose Siri, the center fielder, will be the batter. 16 home runs for Siri. 37 runs batted in. He's 27 years old, from the Dominican Republic. One. Aaron's now thrown a first pitch strike to all 7 hitters. Pitch sharply to short, backhanded by Turner. And the inning is over. 6-4 on the putout. No runs, 1 hit. A couple more strikeouts for Aaron. We've completed 2. We're moving to the third with the Phillies on top, 1-0. First player to record 40 steals or more, 20 home runs or more, and 50 RBIs or more before the All-Star break. You know, when that was first brought up to him at the beginning of the season, he actually said that his goal was to do this. And he's done it. 40 steals, 21 home runs, 54 runs batted in.
He is a phenomenon.
0-1 to Brandon Marsh. Well, the Rays fans will get a chance to see him this weekend, since they're in town to take on Tampa. And this is a Rays team, John, that hasn't really been playing all that well recently. They've lost 8 of 12, and they're 10-11 in the last 21. So Kevin Cash said we got to be on top of our game, and right now Eflin is with 4 strikeouts. He's allowed 1 run as he gets Marsh looking to start the third.
That's a tough AB. He didn't even swing. Tells you how locked in Zach is. You see where Bethencourt wants that pitch. It's pretty much center cut. I don't know if Brandon didn't pick it up out of Zach's hands or not, but he didn't think that was a strike.
Kyle Schwarber takes 1 low.
We're dominating this game anyway. 1-0.
That's right. Sometimes it only takes 1.
Well, that'd
be nice
be
to get more.
Yeah.
Schwarber struck out his first time to the plate. That ball's hit out toward right, toward the end of the bat. And Lowe is there to make the catch. 2 outs. Trey Turner's coming up.
Yeah, you're right, Tom. Kyle just caught that ball off the end of the bat just a little bit. Doesn't carry indoors, huh?
Really doesn't.
Well, we'll get to this next half inning. Oh, it's going to be deep.
I was going to say, I'm really into it.
Yeah. You might not want to go to the bathroom between innings, folks.
I know I'm not going to. 1-0.
Hope I don't disappoint you.
Popped up. Anticipation's building. If he makes this catch, it's just an 8-pitch inning. He did make the catch. It's an 8-pitch inning. Phillies go down 1-2-3 here in the third. Don't go to the bathroom, folks. We got something big brewing as we go to the bottom of the third. Delaware Valley Honda Dealers. Hurry to your local Del Val Honda dealer. Visit DelValHondaDealers.com. Last to the third, Phillies up 1-0 thanks to an RBI double from Alec Bohm. Christian Bethencourt will lead things off. Day game here.
Yeah, this is what's tough, Tom. And, you know, we've had in our outfield, we've had difficulty communicating when it's nighttime and when there's not a white roof. So you saw that ball right there, and you saw both Franco and Lowe going after it. But you can't look down. You have to keep your eye on the ball, but you better communicate, because if you don't communicate, it could get ugly.
Have you had issues like that in domes
Astrodome.
before? Yeah.
Lenny, you got it. Wherever it was hit.
Doesn't matter where.
Well, no, because the Astrodome, it was black behind home plate, but you know where the left fielder and right fielder looking was white.
That's going to drop in front of Schwarber for a hit for Bethencourt. Leadoff single here in the third. Josh Lowe is coming up. Josh Lowe batting ninth today. Johnny's hitting every spot in the order now for Kevin Cash's team.
Well, that's one thing. If you're going to come down here to Tampa, you might hit fourth one day and eighth the next, and lead off the next. Kevin Cash is, he figures out a way to get a lineup that he hopes can score some runs, and hopes they pitch and defend well.
They are one of the better defensive teams in baseball. They certainly have pitched well. 3.71 ERA. It's fifth best in all of Major League Baseball. Bethencourt short lead off first. And it's 0-2 to Lowe. Here's the offensive rankings. First in steals, second in slug. Tied for second in home runs. I think that's the number that we saw that graphic earlier. That's the impressive one to me, is that they're hitting a lot of home runs.
Yeah, and that's scary for the East, the American League East.
Ooh. Sort of a battle right there.
Just trying to let it get deep, Tom.
Let it get to the umpire's shoulder blades. How did he hit that?
I have no idea. Well, gifted hand-eye coordination is the only answer I can give you, Tom.
Is there luck involved in that?
I can explain it to you. I can't understand it for you. Okay?
I got it. I think he was even startled.
I think he was shocked that he made contact too, yeah. And then you got to think, what's Aaron thinking? He goes, man, I just threw that. Oh, no, I didn't. Thought I did. Didn't.
1-2. Remains 1-2 to Lowe, whose brother Nate plays for the Rangers. Nathaniel Lowe. They actually had a chance to exchange the lineup cards this year.
That's cool.
So they're two brothers. They play Major League Baseball. And then you got Lau, who pronounces it differently but spells it the same, playing on the same team as Josh Lowe. Runner goes, then stops. Pitch swung on and missed. 5 Ks for Aaron. And now back to the top of the order.
Well, he threw one by him, and he barely got a piece of it to stay alive. And then Aaron just said, you know what, JT, I'm going back in there. And he got in there and got it by him.
Diaz takes strike one. It's 0-1.
Best pitch in baseball, and Aaron is nailing it today, isn't he?
Sure is. Just a bit out. Diaz, solid year, 318. He's going to the All-Star game. Comes inside with a sinker.
Oh, you ever seen Aaron hold the ball that long?
No, he's using the clock to his advantage here.
You think the hitter peeks up at the clock out there in center field?
Absolutely.
It's all right. He has to throw it now.
Two and two.
What happens if it's raining? Not here, but of course. But what happens if it's raining? It's real muddy. and the pitcher has to keep going back and cleaning the spikes off. They give him time for that?
I think they do within reason. They want the umpire to use his discretion. Uh-oh. There's an Olay by Turner. It goes into left center field. That's going to wind up being another error on Trey Turner. And it puts runners at first and third with one man down. Johnny probably needed another step to get in front of it, but I think he felt athletically he had it, and he just didn't.
Yeah, it did look like it bounced up at the end, but you know, that's a ball you see Trey make 99% of the time. Apparently this was the
1%.
1%, but you know, now Aaron's got to work. You got this young man Wander Franco coming up. It's no easy task for, even though he struck him out the first, AB.
Yeah, he went down swinging his first time up, so 0 for 1, but now the Rays have runners at first and third.
I like to see Trey get in front of that ball,
yeah,
instead of trying to field it.
Foul ball, 0-1.
Like, you got a feeling thought he had to be quick, you know, to turn the double play.
I don't know if he thought about taking it and running it to the bag himself, or what.
That's the decisions you have to make before the ball's hit, really. If it's hit to my left, I'm going myself.
He's ahead 0-2. Nola is to Wander Franco, who has 42 runs batted in. Coming off a series against the Mariners where he drove in 4. First and third. Swing and a miss. He got it with a curve. 6 Ks so far for Aaron. He's got 2 in each inning. And there are 2 outs here in the third.
And that is huge right there. Runner on third, less than 2 outs. You got one of the better young players in all of baseball, and he just throws him that breaking ball. Beautiful location. Franco can't catch it, and now we're 1 out away from leaving that man at third.
Yeah, so Raleigh, who struck out his first time up, digs in, open stance, pulls it foul. 12 for 12 now. First pitch strikes for Aaron.
I think this is a conscious effort because you're not talking about how many stolen bases that Tampa has, and this is probably a conscious effort on Aaron to, and I'm sure the coaching staff, you know, let's freeze these guys, hold it a little longer, you got time.
Yeah, they've stolen 103. They've been caught 27 times. And a high fastball 1-2.
That's a great pitch. That ball running away from Raley and elevated. Might be able to go back up there again.
That one just missed. I mean, a hair off the plate. JT saying something to John Tumpain. Looks like he just took a deep breath after that. Swing and a miss. He tied him up with a 4-seamer. He went upstairs. 7 strikeouts for Aaron through 3. Works out of a jam here in the third and takes a 1-0 lead into the 4th. Let's go Phils. Nick Castellanos leads it off as we go to the top of the 4th inning. StatCast powered by Google Cloud gives us a look at Nick's last 12 hits since the 24th of June. I mean, you want to talk about patriotic. He's spraying it all over.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the red, white, and blue shows up when Nick Castellanos is at the plate, doesn't it? He hit them all everywhere.
Behind the count 0-1 is...
Wasn't happy his last debut.
No, he was not. Long conversation with the home plate umpire. Oh, 2. Eflin has struck out 4. Big postseason for the Phillies last year. 10 games, a 3.38 ERA, and a save. And a called strike 3. That is off the plate.
I like he called it on the swing.
No, I think he called it on the pitch. Well, maybe, but usually an umpire won't make that emphatic a call on a swing.
I think Nick knew he swung too, but it didn't look like he said he swung. I'm not going to complain, Tom, because either way, strikeout.
It is listed as a called strike 3. It was off the plate. The Ripper.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
One
don't
ball,
say it.
1 strike. Harper out taking ground balls again today at first base. He was also taking hard hit 1 hoppers from Bobby Dickerson. There's the update. John, 24 days, including yesterday's off day. You're really racking it up.
I tell you what. I don't know how long it's going to last, but I don't think Cal has anything to worry about.
I can confirm that you did not complain about the umpires while we were on the plane. I didn't see you yesterday, but I'm just on the honor system.
I actually got out of the room yesterday.
Did you have lunch with somebody?
I had lunch with a buddy of mine, old Russ Bruno.
Swing and a miss. 6 strikeouts for Eflin. How far? Where'd you go from the hotel?
I don't know. I mean, an Italian restaurant, really good. I had a pasta with mushroom wine sauce kind of thing.
That took you all the way through the evening, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
2 outs now for Real Muto. JT flied out to center his first time up. 1 ball, no strikes. One ball, 1 strike. The pitches now for Eflin. John mentioned before, neither one of these guys really walk anybody. 1-2.
That's what's tough as a hitter when a guy like Zach and Aaron can do it too, but they can make the ball go both ways. They can run that in on you, 93 to 95, and then they can break it away from you.
And now the 2-2 pitch. Outside. 3-2. This past Sunday, our giant direct delivery off the bat of JT. This gave them a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, that was a beautiful thing. And JT needed it badly. It's been a struggle.
Out to shortstop. Franco gobbles it up. Has time. And a 1-2-3 4th inning for Eflin. Phillies go down in order. 7 in a row retired by Zach. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. It's the Phillies 1 and the Rays nothing. Seattle, the National League. Sean Murphy, the catcher. Freddie Freeman's over at first. Arise, who's at 388 right now in his batting average, is the starting second baseman. Arenado. He's kind of a legacy pick in so many years. He's so good defensively. And then you've got 2 more Braves in Acuna Jr. and Arcia. Arcia is a good story. I mean, he's had a heck of a year. And Betts, Corbin Carroll, or the rest of the outfield with Acuna Jr. And the reserves. It includes Castellanos, Soto, Gurriel. 3 more Braves, Olsen, Albies, and Riley. Dansby Swanson makes it from the Cubs.
He's going to have a lot of friends there at the game with all those Braves players
the same
there.
Thing. Pitchers that have been announced. Bryce Elder wasn't even on the opening day roster for the Braves, but he's an all-star. Steele has, I think he's still leading the National League in earned run average. And Josiah Gray makes it for the Nationals. I guess they had to have somebody. Well, here's a Rosarina who takes low as we begin the bottom of the 4th inning. Rosarina struck out his first time up, 1 of 7 already for Aaron Nola. Aaron just threw his first pitch out of the strike zone.
I want to get someone up.
I just looked down to see if anybody was getting up.
No.
Not yet. Down the left field line and foul. Surprised that guy with his hat on backwards. This RAV4 inning is brought to you by Toyota. Visit Toyota.com to find your 2023 RAV4 Toyota today. Toyota, let's go Phils. Yeah, the 1-2 pitch coming. Fouled back to our right. And a called strike 3 on the outside corner. 8 strikeouts, and we're only in the 4th inning for Aaron. I don't think a Rosarina like that one.
No, he did not. But you know, when you're around the plate, you're going to get close ones. That's why both pitchers are getting close pitches. That pitch came back.
All right, so now 1 away, and Paredes is the batter. He struck out his last time.
I think by the look of, on a Rosarina's face, I don't think he thought it came back.
I don't think he did, no.
No. Uh-oh. He's losing it.
It's back-to-back hitters that he's falling behind.
He's got to call down the dugout, tell him to get back on the ball.
3-0. First time he's gotten a count to 3 balls, no strikes. 3rd and 4th innings are usually where Aaron has his problems, though. In fact, in the 3rd and 4th combined, he's allowed 27 runs in 34 2/3 innings. Ball 4. Just walked him on 4 pitches. Now that's the first one of the game for Aaron. And Brandon Lau is coming up. He has a base hit today, one of the 2 hits.
See if we can't get a little grounder to Bryson Stott right here. I like Lau spikes, huh?
Oh yeah. Here you go, John. This is the middle game. 4.94 ERA.
Doesn't make sense, does it?
Mm-mm. This is a big strike zone today.
It is, yeah. Yep. Sure is. But he hasn't missed one yet, Tom.
He has not. At least according to him.
My gosh, 4th of July, and I got to get chapstick, I guess.
0-2 pitch. Grounded foul.
I'm just afraid of what's going to happen when I do blow my top.
Well, I think what we're going to do is just let you have the platform. Just it'll be your inning to just take it. We'll all just watch the video. We'll give you more than a minute or so to get it all in there.
No, don't. The longer it goes, the worse it could get as far as language goes. So stop me quick.
Oh, that's true. We have to take that into effect.
Yep.
1-2.
You are a bad influence.
It's side 2-2.
Yeah, this is where Aaron gets in trouble. Sometimes he starts pulling that fastball. You saw he did it to Paredes, and now he pulled that one right there to Lau.
Grounded foul up the first baseline. Ooh. Boy, you got to be on your toes on that foul ball. Hit the back wall and then sort of to Frogger over top of everybody else. Loud calls timeout. This will be the 8th pitch of this at bat. Three and two. I anticipated that may have been a called strike.
Well, yeah, I was too, Tom, but they're on top of things today, boy. Whew.
Runner off first. Paredes, he goes. Pitch is called. Strike 3. Throw to second high, and he slides in safely. Trey says take a look at it. 9 strikeouts for Aaron. That stolen base is the first one for Paredes. Mike Calitri says nope, don't look at it.
Yeah, it might be too early to risk the challenge. See if Trey gets him.
That's tough to tell.
That is really tough to tell.
I will say Paredes did a good job of coming back toward the infield turf to slide. Siri takes outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
Well, yesterday I was sitting there in the hotel room and I watched that video of JT getting thrown out in spring training 2 or 3 times.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And if I would have been at that game, doing that game, they'd have had to kick me out.
1-1. I think it was so confusing that the umpire called him, threw him out.
It's crazy.
That I don't know if anybody knew how to react to it.
And a spring training game to boot. I mean, well,
it was hot.
I love the umpires.
1-1. Fouled off. 1-2. Pitches by inning, so a little heavier lifting these last 2 innings. This will be the 68th pitch of the game with a runner at second base. Phillies up 1-0. The tapper over the mound, charging his Stott. He better hurry, and does, just in time to get Siri. And the inning is over. No runs, no hits, 1 man left. We've played 4 innings. The Rays are taking a look at this one. For Aaron, it's the most strikeouts in the first 4 innings since June 30th, 2021, when he had 10. We'll move to the 5th. The Phillies hanging on to a 1-run lead. Phillies Alumni Weekend when the Twins are in town. Friday, August 11th at 7:05. Saturday, the 12th at 6:05. That's the Wall of Fame night honoring Ruly Carpenter and John Quinn. And then Sunday, the 13th at 1:35. It's Alumni Day and a salute to the 83 and Johnny's 93 team.
And Larry Anderson's both. Dutch is both, too.
It is funny to think about that Larry and Darren were on both of those teams.
Well, I can see Larry. I mean,
well, that's true.
My gosh, he was 35 in 83 and 45 in 93, if I did my math right.
Even if you did, it's funny. Ball's fouled. 1-2.
I don't know what that was. It wasn't me.
You weren't DJ in there?
No.
Over the mound, Franco takes it off the spongy turf. Alan Bolt coming up. He provided our Audi electric play. It's the only run of the game.
Yeah, he got a breaking ball. Zach wanted down and away, and it stayed middle in, and
Alec Bohm just drills one in the gap in left center, followed up a double by Bryson Stott before him. That's our Audi electric play of the game.
Takes on the inside corner 0-1. By the way, we said the spongy turf. Kevin Stocker has confirmed that if he were still playing for the Rays, he was on their initial team, that he would say that this surface is better than the surface that they played on. He's talking to the grounds crew before the ball game, reflecting on it. Curveball, 1-2. We did ask Stock when the video was going to be played today, honoring him.
Well, yeah, you would think.
He said he has not been told anything. And a called strike 3. 7 strikeouts for Eflin. So 1-0. How about this? Most wins at home in day games, John. Phillies are 13-6. The Rays are 17-5. They're really good here overall. They're 34-10 here at this ballpark.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they got great pitching, but you'd think it wouldn't be that good a record. But maybe that's why they're in first place.
Could be.
Taking care of business at home and in the daytime.
1-1 to Derek Hall, who flied out to left his first time. Talking to Derek today, he said he's so happy to be back in the big leagues, of course. He said every level he went to in his rehab, he tried to enjoy the moment and pass on as much information as he could to some of the younger players, because he knows how hard it is to grind and get to the big leagues. 10 in a row retired by Eflin since the RBI double. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th with the Phillies up 1-0. EI, building brave futures. Johan Rojas has had himself a solid year. He's #1 in the Eastern League in hits. He's also #2 in runs scored. He's stolen 27 bases. He's played flawless defense. In fact, he had a home run against the Richmond Flying Squirrels in his last game on Monday.
Have you ever seen a flying squirrel?
I have not.
I'm not sure they can.
I know they're different colored down in
yeah, we got some
Richmond.
yellow ones. We got some yellow ones down Florida.
Really?
Yeah.
Will they jump in a bucket of paint or something?
No, they're just like tan, more tan, but like a black head, like black head, but like the body's tan.
Wow, I never heard of that.
Yeah. I got a buddy that feeds them. They're like Dr. Doolittle. He just go in his golf cart and he feeds them granola bars, and they ride around with him for a few holes.
0-2 fouled back. Yellow.
I should have been a vet.
Oh, that would have been fun. Particularly if you specialized in something.
Goats. Goats and squirrels.
Corralling goats. Here's the 0-2. Fly ball left center field. That's a long run for everybody. And Marsh comes sliding in to make the catch. Thought we were going to have the same issue that we had the other day. But Brandon was talked to about that by Rob Thompson and Paco Figueroa and said, hey, listen, you have got to take charge out in center field.
Without question. You see where Marsh is playing. He's playing, shading him toward right field. He went a long way, but you look at both guys. You see Kyle staring at Brandon, but Brandon could not look at Kyle because you can't take your eye off of it. Great play by Marsh to keep Bethancourt off base.
So now here's Lowe, who struck out his first time up. Serves that one. Caught by a leaping Trey Turner. 2 quick outs here in the 5th. And Yandy Diaz coming up.
I think Lowe hit him a little changeup here. Hit it off the end of the bat. A little breaking ball, and no, he's just great time. Well, NC State, Tom. Home of David Thompson.
So they can jump.
Monty Tao, one of my favorite point guards.
Fire and ice. There's a strike. It's 0-1.
Tom Burleson. Oh, I can go way back with them. My brother played against David Thompson, college. NC State came and played Mars Hill, where my brother went.
Fly ball to center field. Marsh kept his eye on it. Did your brother dominate him?
No.
1, 2, 3, go the Rays. 5 in the books here in St. Pete. 1-0 Phillies over Tampa. Independence Blue Cross Philly of the Week is heading to Seattle. Congratulations to Nick on his second All-Star selection in the last 3 seasons. When announced, he was hitting .316 with 12 homers, 54 RBIs, and 26 doubles, which ranks 3rd in all of baseball. After a rough 2022, Castellanos has bounced back in a big way, and he's returning to the Midsummer Classic because of it. That's why he's the Philly of the Week. And it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Brandon Marsh leads things off as we go to the top of the 6th inning.
Easy for you to say.
Marsh struck out his first time up. Takes low. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitcher's duel between Eflin and Aaron Nola. Both have been excellent today. Nola has 9 strikeouts. Eflin has 7. 1-2. Eflin began this inning with 65 pitches. Aaron has thrown 76 through 5. Inside, 2-2. Everybody that's talked about Zach pitching against the Phillies, everybody was talking about how much they were looking forward to it. But one of the things that really stood out is that's rolled over onto first. And Diaz will take it to the bag. Is that they say, yeah, we're happy for him, but we're happy that he's healthy. And, you know, because he's gone through a lot over the years.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's, and again, you know, you want the Phillies to win, but you root for this man. At every start, like, you check the next day or that night and see how he did, because, like you said, he is a class individual.
Schwarber takes outside and high, 1-0.
He could have never have played on our '93 team.
Just too nice.
Way too nice. Well, he'd have had to hang out with Eisenreich.
Yeah. Here's the 1-0. Outside, 2-0. See the numbers for Zach overall during his time with the Phillies. Eflin was 36-45 with an ERA of 4.49. And now the 2-1 at the knees, 2-2.
He's got Kyle confused, don't he? Struck him out his first at bat, flew out to right. His next one off the end of the bat, and now he
just struck him out with a curveball. 8 strikeouts, 2 outs now in the 6th inning. Well, JT Realmuto is going to be honored with the Realmuto Catcher's Bank. That'll be given out to fans 14 and under on Sunday, July 16th. It's brought to you by Pico when the Phillies take on the Padres. 1:35 first pitch. Phillies have 4 games against the Padres that weekend. You can get tickets for all 4 by going to Phillies.com. And there is a look at the bank. It looks awesome.
So does he.
1-1.
Tom.
I'm just letting you know, John. I didn't say anything. I just went oof. Outside, 2-1. Turner struck out. He's flied out or popped out to second, right to the middle of the diamond. Over to third, picked by Paredes. Across the diamond, 5-3 on the putout. Eflin has not allowed anything since the double by Bohm that gave the Phils a 1-0 lead. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Nissan Thrill of the Drive sales event. Shop NissanUSA.com. And by USAA. The Independence Day broadcast is brought to you by USAA. Committed to the military community and their families. Hello, John Kruk and our entire crew. A lot of our folks here in our crew are our spring training crew, so it's always nice to see them again. Tampa has averaged 5.86 runs per game at home. Phillies at 4.61 at home. Texas has had such a great year as well. But so far, Aaron Nola has kept him quiet, although Franco just singled up the middle to start the bottom of the 6th inning. So for the Rays, it's the first time since the 3rd inning they've gotten the leadoff batter aboard. It's only the 2nd time in this game.
And Franco didn't wait around right there to strike out, did he? He struck out his first 2 at bats. He jumps early on Aaron. Leadoff man on base. Let's see if how Aaron can pitch around this one. Got to watch him though.
Yeah, Franco has stolen 26 bags. He's been caught 8 times. He has a really long lead off first. This is a big test for JT. Franco goes. Pitches a strike. Throw to second is high.
No chance.
Really no chance. He had a great jump.
Well, and like you said, Tommy had a huge lead and a great jump. And I don't even think if JT had that ball perfectly on the bag where Trey can just catch it, I still think Franco would have been safe. I mean, that's a huge jump. Yeah, no chance. No chance at all now. Aaron's got to work.
Raleigh is 0 for 2. And now the 0-1 pitch coming from Aaron. Popped up on the infield. Trey Turner says he sees it, and he does, and he makes the catch.
That's huge right there. Huge.
Yeah, because he didn't get the runner over.
Absolutely. That's what you're looking at on pop-ups, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. Tell me you can find a ball in that thing to take your eyes off of.
Yeah.
It ain't easy.
Pulled on the ground over to third. Bohm's got it. Has to hurry, and they won't get a Rosarina. That just was put in the right place at the right time. It's an infield hit. And now first and second with 1 out. The new NBC Sports Philadelphia app is here. It's so much more than just scores. It's nonstop analysis of your teams. Download it now. Paredes is 0 for 1. He has struck out and walks.
Man, this is where Aaron has to keep an eye on Franco there at second base too. You can't just give him one look and go home. They will steal third.
Way up there. Shallow center field. Stott says he has it. Infield fly rule is called, and there are 2 outs. So now 2 away with first and second. And Lau is coming up.
Well, how huge would this be? Have a runner on second, no outs in a 1-run game, and so far he hasn't moved.
0-1. He swung over the top of a curveball. Oh, 2.
94. That might have been his best fastball tonight.
I think he's located that 4-seamer in good spots against these hitters. It offsets the 2-seamer a lot.
Yeah, and I think this here, Didn't he strike Lau out the last at bat on a?
He did.
Got up.
Runners lead off. It's 0-2 to Lau. Here at the bottom of the 6th inning, 1-run game. Well, he tried to paint on the inner half. He just missed. It's 1-2.
I think you can go elevate here. Try to see if you can chase one. You got a pitch to work with.
Curveball cut on and missed. He got him. Aaron Nola gets the final hitter here in the 6th inning and leaves 2. This inning and this game. 10 strikeouts. It's the 30th time he has reached 10 strikeouts in a game. He is now number 3 all time by himself with the Philadelphia Phillies. He was tied with Cole Hamels coming into this one. Alec Boehm's RBI double in the 2nd inning is the only run today. So now we go to the top of the 7th. Castellanos leads it off. Swing and a miss. Just a fantastic outing so far for Aaron. Ground ball to shortstop. Franco's up with it. And across the diamond in time. Amazing to think that that 1 run so far that the Phillies got earlier in the game is making it stand up.
Yeah, well, I mean, both pitchers are on top of their games. We haven't gotten a leadoff hitter on in any of these innings yet.
So we get a miss by Bryce. How about 10 strikeouts for Aaron? 30 times in his career, 10 strikeouts in a game. That's low. And he's had to be this good because Eflin's retired 14 straight. Line drive out toward left field. On the run is a Rosarina. He won't get it. It's a 1-hop off the wall. And Harper is sprinting to second base. And he will be there standing.
That is an absolute beautiful piece of hitting by Bryce Harper. Reminiscent of his double he hit off of Gore, Mackenzie Gore, the other day. Zach runs that thing away, down and away, and that's when you know that things are starting to turn around, when you can cover that pitch down and away as a left-handed hitter and hit that thing that way. And yeah, he's got the Fanatic band on.
Got Harper on his shirt too.
With the Fanatic band on. We got Fanatic everywhere.
All right, so 1-out double. Here's Real Muto. He's 0 for 2. Swing and a miss. He's flied out to center. He's grounded out to short. By the way, that double by Harper ends 14 in a row by Zach Eflin.
We said in the open, we hope Zach pitches great, but he loses in a close game. So far, they're living up to the hype.
A little low, and it's 2-1. Good hitters count now for JT.
Yeah, well, yeah, with Bryson behind him, it should be. But, Zach's been locating pretty much everything, so you don't know what he's going to have. And there you go, breaking ball.
Yeah, he rolls over on it. It's booted by Franco. Everybody is safe. Both shortstops make an error in this game. The Rays were not able to capitalize on the error by Trey Turner earlier. Let's see if the Phillies can here.
And I tell you what, that's aggressive by Bryce to get in the third base. But, with 1 out, more than likely they're not going to try to throw over there. But, hey, Franco just peeked a little bit and the good thing was JT was running. There's Bryce with the secondary lead. He knows where Franco's playing, so he knows, that ball's hit to his left so he can get the third. But, Franco took a peek up, but JT was hustling. If he wasn't hustling, he might have still had a play. Uh-oh. We have time, Tom.
Yeah, the sliding mitten has to be put on.
Forgot the oven mitt.
All right, so this is interesting that they allow JT to do this, but they don't allow Bryce to put the arm brace on.
Different umpire?
I guess that's what it is. It could be.
So the uniform rules just
discard him sometimes.
That's not the umpire's fault.
They throw behind Harper, and he gets back. That was awkward. This is the brace we're talking about.
Yeah.
Matching the Fanatic mitten on his hands.
I don't think Bryce is real happy that Bethencourt threw behind him.
Popped up outside of third, slicing out of play, and now it's 0-2 to Stott. Jalen Beeks. Another one fouled away.
Battling Bryson. A big run out there.
And a base hit it to right field brings home Bryce Harper. Bryson Stott with an RBI single. The Phillies take a 2-0 lead. It's the 52nd hit this year for Stott with 2 strikes. And he just puts together great at-bats.
He sure does. And, competitive at-bats. Never gives in to anything. And that just, with that hole open, because JT was busting it in the air by Franco. Look how big that hole is. Sad part about that base hit is he hit it too hard for JT to get the third. But if we're going to complain, let's nitpick, huh? I'm going to have to tell him that next time don't hit it so hard.
All right, well, Harper's double set this whole thing up.
That's when exit velocity's not your friend, Tom.
Really, on the turf. Tonight only on NBC 10, it's Wawa Welcome America July 4th concert featuring Ludacris and Demi Lovato. Watch the entire concert live, then stick around for the best fireworks show in Philly. It all starts tonight at 7 over on NBC 10. All right, so 2 runs are in for the Phils. They lead at 2-0. Alec Boehm drove in the first one, and he's hit by that breaking ball. And that'll load the bases up. And it brings Derek Hall up. They may go to the bullpen here with the lefty warming up. So bases are loaded. Nope, they're going to stay with him. Derek is 0 for 2. He's flied out to left. He's popped out to third. And he taps one foul, 0-1.
Yeah, you wonder if Kevin Cash liked this matchup better than he would if, the lefty comes in to face possibly Harrison or.
Fouled again. 0-2.
Take a breath. Take a breath, Derek. Put a ball in play hard somewhere. Nice to get that third run, wouldn't it?
Be great to get it. Pop foul. 0-2. Marsh waits on deck. Phillies have the bases loaded. And the pitch up high. Odds powered by PointsBet. The Phillies were underdogs coming into this ball game. Now they're favored with a 2-0 lead. Swing and a miss. He got him with a curve. 9 strikeouts for Eflin. His season high is 10, and now he'll face Brandon Marsh with the bases loaded. Marsh 0 for 2. He has struck out and grounded out.
No grand slams. Well, what the heck? Might as well launch one now. Hang a break. Well. Ooh, that's a good swing.
That's a cutter that got to the middle of the plate.
That was a good swing, too. I think Zach got away with one there, didn't he?
Yeah, that was his 100th pitch of the day. One and one. Down the left field line for Marsh, slicing out of play. One and two. Splits are 71 strikes, 30 balls. He's hit one batter. He hasn't walked anybody today. And the 1-2. Ground ball over to second base. And the inning is over. The Phillies do get one, but they leave them loaded here in the 7th. Zach Eflin's day is most likely done. He pitched well, but Aaron Nola's pitched even better. RBI in this inning by Bryson Stott. It brought home Bryce Harper. Aaron Nola going back to work as we get ready for the bottom of the 7th inning.
Independence Day. Hope you're enjoying the Phillies game. Ricky Batalico and I are standing by for post-game live. And Ricky, we thought this would be a pretty good pitching matchup between these two old friends, and it's turned out to be the case.
It was. I mean, when you really look back on it, Aaron Nola has been tremendous.
Yes.
That curveball early on was spectacular, and you know what it does? It puts something into the minds of those Rays hitters, and then he started painting that little sinker on the outside part of the plate. It is the best I've seen Nola in a long, long time. So, I mean, that's just good news for the Phillies. And offensively, Bryson Stott's having himself a game.
Yes, he is. Here's Knowles right now as we take you back out to Tampa Bay. We'll see you afterwards.
All right, Amy, thank you very much. As Aaron will face Jose Siri to start this inning off. Phillies lead it 2-0. Zach Eflin, we're presuming, is done. 102 pitches today for the Rays. That ball's drilled foul down the left field line. Yeah. Hopefully just hit an empty seat. Nice crowd today for this 4th of July. Siri is 0 for 2. 2 groundouts today. Popped up out of play. And with a count 1-2, Ricky's right about the curveball. It's been really good today, and particularly against these right-handed hitters. We'll see if Aaron uses it here.
Yeah, but you know, all of his pitches have been really good today.
Swing and a miss. He got him his 11th strikeout of the afternoon. T-Mobile coverage cam gives us a look at how good he's been. And from the start.
The breaking ball, like Ricky said, the breaking ball was tremendous, getting strikeouts with that. And then when they thought, okay, he's going to throw me that breaking ball, he comes back with the fastball, 2-seamer and 4-seamer to get strikeouts. It's just been a phenomenal pitching performance by Aaron Nola.
Well, he works ahead of Bethancourt here, so it's 0-1. Bethancourt, 1 for 2.
Hey, he had that little hiccup in the 3rd and 4th like he has in this year. But after that, he's been fantastic. Pitched out of jam. Pitched out of and what Zach couldn't do. He pitched out of an error by the shortstop. Turner made the error. Aaron pitched away from it, or pitched out of it, and you know Zach couldn't do it that last inning. But you know, you think about it, if Franco doesn't make that error, it's still a 1-0 game.
Over to shortstop, big hop for Trey Turner. And there's plenty of time to get Bethencourt. It was moving up the line though. Now 2 outs.
Just second fastest catcher in the game today.
It was really quick, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Now Josh Lowe, who has struck out and lined out.
Boy, they had a great playlist today, didn't they?
They really did, from start to finish.
A lot of patriotic songs.
0-1.
Heard a lot of Toby Keith songs, which very happy to report he's doing better, doing well. He had a concert last week, so Toby's back in action.
Yeah, he had a rehearsal before the concert. He performed for almost 3 hours during the rehearsal.
He's a fine gentleman.
Here's the 0-1. Fouled away again, 0-2. So Aaron is ahead 0-2. The MLB Ballpark app will complete your next visit to Citizens Bank Park. Buy and manage game tickets, redeem offers, access exclusive content, and more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. Aaron ready to go. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. That's a dozen strikeouts. It matches his career high. He's now done it 6 times. And it's a 1-2-3 7th inning. This is as dominant a performance as we've seen from Aaron in quite some time. Wow. 2-0. Zach Eflin's day is done. Eflin goes 7 innings, allows 4 hits and 2 runs. Jalen Beeks is the new pitcher for the Rays. They're waiting for Kyle Schwarber to step up to the plate. 27th game for Beeks, part of a bullpen that has an ERA of 3.94, which is 4th best in all of Major League Baseball. They just keep churning guys out. Schwarber's 0 for 3, and he whacks that one towards second over the head of Lau into right field. A leadoff single here in the 8th inning. How about these 2 starters today? And we're assuming that Aaron is done only because Alvarado's still throwing in the bullpen, but he and Eflin combined for 14 innings, 8 hits, and 21 strikeouts.
Yeah, I got a feeling those 2 are going to have a nice conversation after this game about how well, first of all, probably how fun it was to battle against each other, but you know, with the universal DH, whatever, American League Ballpark, of course, we'd be DH anyway. But you know, just the fact, you know, Aaron's pitching against the Rays, and Zach's pitching against the Phillies. They ain't pitching against each other.
Mentioned Alvarado warming up.
Heads up.
Ball boy protecting Brad Flanders, who's catching in the bullpen. 1-1 to Trey Turner. Schwarber at first base. 1-2. Six games down here in Florida before the All-Star break. Phillies have won 9 straight on the road. Trying to make it 10 in a row, trying to get back to the 500 mark on the road. Up high, 2-2.
I tell you what, let's try to go back and see when the last time 2 starting pitchers finished 7 innings against each other.
Well, that's a good point, too.
That's how good they both were.
Swing and a miss. Changeup. So Turner strikes out. And 1 out here in the 8th inning.
So there's a furniture sign up there that has light blue light up strikeouts. Did they get something if they go to 10? Because they're at 10 now, right?
I don't know, but it's really blinking.
Futon?
Yeah. Beanbag. It's low, 1-0.
I'll have to ask someone tomorrow and see what they get there. You know, you can say it's just a K for Canes, but why is there only 10 Ks up there? What if they strike out 11? Someone have to go up there and manually do it like they do at Fenway?
I don't know. I mean, don't you think there's a couple more?
No.
No?
I hope we don't find out, but I don't think there is.
2-1. Castellanos today is 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, got a ground out. Fouled off, and it's 2-2. We'll see what they decide to do with Schwarber. He obviously doesn't run all that well. He's only made 1 attempt this year to steal.
I don't think he made it, did he?
He did not.
No.
Ow. It's hit foul off Nick. And it remains 3-2. Phillies began play today a game out in the wild card behind the Brewers. Brewers and the Giants both are tied for that last wild card spot. They fouled toward the Rays bullpen. Speaking of the Brewers, they'll be in town Tuesday, July 18th, the start of a 3-game series that wraps up on Thursday the 20th. It's the Moore Children's Health Kids Run the Bases. Get your tickets now by going to Phillies.com.
I hope that's just an itch.
There's the wild card as we talked about. Just trying to stay loose, maybe.
Yeah, I guess stretching.
Yeah, maybe there is a chance he starts the 8th inning.
I know Alvarado's quit throwing.
Yeah, this is the first throw he's going to have in the last several minutes.
Yeah, but you wonder. I know Franco's a switch hitter, but you wonder if Aaron goes out to get Diaz and
swing and a miss. It's 2 strikeouts.
See, it only goes to 10. Might be like that. What's that? Brickin' for chicken in Philly.
Maybe
they get Chick-fil-A. Maybe they get something.
Fly ball right field. Going back on it is low. He's at the track, at the wall, reaches up. He dropped it. Schwarber's around third. He's heading home. Lau's throw to the plate on one hop is not in time. Another run for the Phils. Harper, he did not run, and he's mad at himself for that.
Well, he should be, Tom. He knows better. He can't do that. You know, I know he drove in a run. You know, I guess he thought Lowe was going to catch it, or it was going out, but he wasn't running, and you know, he knows.
Yeah, at that point, the throw came into the cutoff man. He couldn't assume that he was going to come home with it. JT hits it in the air to center field. And Siri makes the catch. It has been ruled a single for Harper and an RBI. But he knew once he got back to first, hands in helmet, frustrated he didn't get to second. 3-0 Phils. Buy your Philadelphia area local Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyDealer.com. And buy the Pennsylvania Lottery. Pennsylvanians are scratching their way to fun thanks to Pennsylvania Lottery scratch-offs. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly.
Someone sent me the Canes Furniture promo that they do, but I can't get the thing to, what is that called when it won't move?
It's
not loading.
It's buffering.
Buffering.
I think they get tacos. 0-1.
Makes sense.
A taco.
Makes sense.
You think about furniture, you think about taco. You think about sitting on a piece of furniture and having a taco. 0-1 to Yandy Diaz as we start the 8th inning. Breaking ball. Aaron Nola, by the way, is just the second pitcher this year to go more than 7 innings versus the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah, you get a free taco, chips, and a medium drink.
Oh, there you go. You get an awful lot.
Tijuana Flats. We might have to go there after the game.
We did pass one on the way here.
We were there. We were here, weren't we?
We did, but we don't have a ticket.
Well, I'm sure we can go get one from someone. I don't think everyone's going after the game.
That is true. No, I don't think. Well, that would be a really long line. 2-1 pitch coming. There's a strike to it too. I think that's that note that I just told you about the starting pitcher. Only 2 have gone more than 7. It's the state of baseball, but it also is the state of this offense for the Rays and how good it is. 2-2 pitch. Bounced on the ground out towards shortstop. Big hop for Turner. One away here in the 8th inning. Wander Franco is due up. He's 1 for 3.
And Jose Alvarado just standing down there waiting. I guess if there's any trouble whatsoever, they'll come and get him, right?
I would think so.
Or tell him to start ramping it up.
Curveball 0-1. That curveball, I mean, it's always his best pitch, but it really has been one of his best out pitches, but get ahead pitches today.
And both sides of the plate right there, the backdoor breaking ball to get 0-1 on here on Franco.
Every time a Phillies pitcher records a pitch of 95 or more, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by the Xfinity 10G network. The future starts now. We have the 1-1 on the outside corner, 1-2. Franco didn't like it, but it was on the outer edge. Kevin Cash has done a fine job with these Rays. Fly ball left field, pretty well hit. Schwarber's going back over his head, and it is gone. Off the top of the fence and out of the ballpark. 18 home runs allowed by Aaron this year. It's now a 3-1 game.
Here comes Rob. That's a shame, man. He was just absolutely fantastic today. Yeah, hanging breaking ball, didn't get where JT wanted it. And hit off the top of the fence and bounced over. Well, he knew it. He knew he didn't get through that pitch. And a hell of a performance by Aaron Nola today.
And how about the fans? The Philly fans are standing and clapping as he exits. Turning points of the ball game. Well, this is the first RBI. This one off the bat of Alec Bohm.
He followed up a double by Bryson Stott with 2 outs. Alec drives in that first run, and then again, Bryson Stott come up first and third after an error by Franco at shortstop. Put JT at first and Bryce at third. Big base hit right there to drive in the second run for the Phillies, and those are our Toyota turning points of the game. Heck of a job, my man.
Yeah, really good. Joy to watch today. 7 1/3, 12 strikeouts. So now Harold Ramirez will pinch hit against Alvarado. Alvarado was going through the clubhouse today, seeing some of the former folks that he used to see every day when he was a member of the Rays. Ground ball back toward the middle and past the sliding Trey Turner. And Harold Ramirez is aboard with a single. So that'll bring a Rosarina to the plate. 1 for 3, has struck out twice and reached on an infield hit.
I'm not sure he liked that one either, Tom.
Yeah, I think the early large strike zone for Tom Payne has led to some of the questioning here late on some of these good pitches. That could be 2. Turner to second for 1, and Stott over to first, not in time. Shows you how quick a Rosarina is, because that ball was hit hard.
Yeah, it really was. And Trey had a great turn, a great throw to Bryson for Bryson to throw. It just, like you said, a Rosarina just too fast for that to turn it. Yeah, it's a 2-hopper, and the ball gets to Trey really quick, and there's nothing you can do. Hard to defend speed.
Well, now Paredes with the runner at first. He represents the tying run. We'll see if a Rosarina runs. It's a pitch low, 1-0. Popped up. Right side of the infield. Bryson Stott is under it. And the inning is over. 1 run on the home run by Franco. 1 man left. We're heading to the 9th game, 1 of a 3-game series. Dazzling appearance by Aaron Nola. The summer starts here at Toyota. Toyota, let's go places. By the Xfinity 10G network, the future starts now. By Citizens, official bank of the Phils. And by Independence Blue Cross. Learn more at ibx.com. Well, beautiful day outside, and it's turned into a nice day inside as the Phillies lead it 3-1. As Bryson Stott grounds out to begin this 9th inning. 3 unassisted on that bouncer. That brings Alec Bohm to the plate. Jalen Beeks is one of 2 pitchers used today by the Rays. Zach Eflin started. He went 7 innings, allowed 4 hits and 2 runs. No walks. Hit 1 batter, struck out 9 through 102 pitches. 0-1 to Bohm. They did have Robert Stevenson warming up in the bullpen, but he sat down after the last half inning came to a close. That's spun out toward right center field, and what a play by Siri. He was able to make a shoestring grab
with his card in his hand.
Maybe it was giving him directions on how to get to the baseball. He was running with it in his hand.
Yeah,
he just looked at it.
Never seen that before.
Well, that is.
I guess he just wanted to show Kevin Cash that he had that baby in his pocket.
That he was studying.
Yeah, I'm studying. Had him played perfectly.
2 quick outs. Derek Hall's the batter, and he takes inside. Craig Kimbrell warming up in the bullpen for the Phils.
Pitcher of the month.
One and one to Hall. Hall's 0 for 3. Struck out with the bases loaded his last time. There's Kimbrell. Swing and a miss. Phillies go down quietly in their half of the ninth inning. 1, 2, 3. And now we'll go to the bottom of the ninth inning. Siri made sure that was a quick inning. As we go to the bottom of the ninth, the Phils lead it 3-1. We'll be back right after this. Time now for a Hyundai defensive play of the game. This was a heck of a play by Marsh.
Yeah, we talk about communication, especially in a place like that, a place like this with a white roof, and you saw Marsh the whole way screaming, "I got it, I got it, I got it." And thank goodness he did, Tom, because that's our Hyundai defensive play of the game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers.
We go to the bottom of the ninth inning. The Phils trying to win their 10th straight road game. They're also trying to hand the Rays their third straight loss. They haven't lost more than 3 in a row all year. So Kimbrel 12 for 12 in save opportunities. As John mentioned, the National League Pitcher of the Month. And he'll face Lau to start this inning off. Lau has a base hit today. Swing and a miss and a knuckle curve. And it's 0-1. Lau is 1 for 3. Check swing, foul ball. And it's 0-2.
That tells you how sharp this knuckle curve is of Kimbrel's. When you see a swing like that from Lau, or Low, or Lau.
Lau.
This is Lau. Low's. Hopefully he doesn't hit this inning.
Exactly. But John, they spell it the same.
I know, and that's what confuses me. I just look down. I'm like, uh-oh, which one's up?
Here's the 0-2 pitch coming from Kimbrel. And high with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Alexis Diaz of the Reds leads the National League in saves. He has 24. 24 of 25. And Doval from San Francisco, he also has 24. Hader has 18 for San Diego. His former teammate Devin Williams also has 18.
Here's the pitch here. Last thing you want to do, get to 3-2, but you don't want this guy getting on. Finish him here.
Swing and a miss. He got him with a knuckle curve. That's 13 strikeouts today for Phillies pitching. Third time they've gotten Lau.
That a boy, Tom. Yeah, this is nasty. I mean, that just, you see how sharp it breaks, though, how quick. You know, Lau's looking at that thing like that fastball, uh-oh. Nope.
Well, series 0 for 3. It's 0-1.
And you see the frustration right now in Siri. He threw that breaking ball he swung at, thought it was a fastball, and then he swung at that one like it was a curveball.
I think he did something to himself. I don't know if it was on the diving play or what.
Yeah, I don't know, but that was not, that did not look like a comfortable swing for him.
0-2. And the pitch inside, 1-2.
Go back that breaking ball right here, I would imagine.
Swing and a miss. He got it with a fastball. 96. And there are 2 outs. I got to tell you, this guy has resurrected his career.
You think? Yeah, remember when they first got him, and you know, people, well, you know, who's going to close? Alvarado gets some, and Kimbrel gets some, and Sir Anthony will get some, and Kimbrel just took it and said, "No, I'll take this."
Yeah, and again, he's got 12 saves so far this year. He could have more, but early on they were moving it back and forth. He's appeared in almost as many games as the guy who leads the league in saves.
And they weren't winning many games early.
No, they weren't. The 0-1 pitch to Bethencourt outside, 1-1.
He's done a heck of a job managing today. Aaron, go out and strike out double digits.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't let him score and we'll be fine.
At the knees, 1-2. "39 strikeouts in the last 22 innings for Kimbrel." Phillies fans on their feet. Boy, they have been ever faithful. The 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2. Back on May 3rd, Craig Kimbrel allowed a grand slam to Max Muncy. Since that time, his ERA is 1.23, and the opposition's hitting just 120 against him.
Look at the faithful. Finish him.
The 2-2. Check swing. Did he go? No, says the first base umpire.
Huh. I'd like to see that one again, Tom, so I can agree with him.
David Rackley, the crew chief, made the call.
Because right now I'm not so sure. He checked. That's a great call.
I was going to say, don't.
That's why you need to lay off those guys, Tom. Come on, Craig. No walk, no walks.
Fly ball, right center field. This should do it. Marsh is under it. Castellanos calls him off, makes the catch, and the ball game is over. The Phillies have won 10 straight games on the road as they take the opener against the Rays by a final of 3-1. It's the longest road winning streak since 1976 when they won 13 in a row. They're now at 500 on the road. I think that says a lot too, considering where they were. And Craig Kimbrel, a baker's dozen to start the year. A little history for the Phillies. Longest road winning streak since 1976. How about that?
That is something. That,
on the 4th of July.
You got 5 more before the break. Finish him strong.
I think that's the thought, John, is to finish it strong before the All-Star break. You know, they're within a half game now in the final playoff spot. Obviously, there's a long gap between the Phillies and the Braves. But just get in. Chevrolet player of the game, and this was fantastic. Tied his career high 12 strikeouts in 7 1/3. 5 hits allowed for Aaron Nola. He picked up the victory. Congratulations to Aaron. That's his 8th win of the year. He outdueled his buddy Zach Eflin, who was also fantastic today for the Phils. Look at Gregory Soto. He got his hair cut.
Oh my gosh.
It's like there was a different guy in the dugout. Well, this 4th of July, the Phils pull out the victory, and it's a good way to start this final road trip before the All-Star break as they come away with the win. Here's the final 3 outs of the game, John, for Craig Kimbrel.
Well, again, Craig was just fantastic once again for the Fighting Phils. There's that breaking ball to get Lau, and then he just fires one past Siri for strike 3, and then the routine pop up to Nick in right field, and that's another save for Craig Kimbrel, our National League, or our pitcher of the month, and he's joining us from the field.
Craig, congratulations on this win. I mean, this is a good baseball win today against a really good team.
No, absolutely. It's a good way to start the road trip. Aaron went out there and he threw up a gem for us. We needed that, and that hit late by Bryce was big. Watching Schwarber go around the bases was nice.
Heads up, brother.
We'll get you a little douse here. In front of a live studio audience.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hey, what do you guys think in the bullpen when you see Aaron throwing like that, just about your game and how you guys focus?
Well, he was really controlling the strike zone. Really, he was out there expanding the strike zone. The way he was hitting the spots, and he kept going at it, and it was that's always fun to watch, and it makes it easier on us to come in and attack because the hitters have already seen maybe in a little bit of an expanded zone as the games went on that he has built, and it just makes them get a little bit more swing mode. It helps us down there.
Well, it didn't take long, Craig, to see how great both pitchers were pitching to understand that you're getting in this one. I mean, both guys were fantastic, but I mean, the way you've been closing out games, it's just been unbelievably fantastic for the Phillies. And, to me, if the Phillies are going to get into playoffs, you're going to have to continue.
No, it's not just me. It's all of us down there. The guys have been doing a great job getting me the ball in the ninth. And it starts with the starters who've been going out there giving us quality starts. And each guy's been grabbing the ball and going out there and getting outs and just giving me those opportunities. And we've been playing some good ball, and hopefully for the rest of this road trip up until the All-Star break, we can keep on playing well.
Does that National League Reliever of the Month, that still tickle you at your age? I mean, just the amount of experience you have?
No, it feels really good, especially the way the season started, to be able to get on a roll, to be able to get in there in big spots to help this team win. Not only closing out games, but in tie ball games and keeping them close. So we're going to have that opportunity, and as long as I keep on getting the ball and getting those opportunities, I plan on getting them done, and hopefully we can win a lot of ball games.
Well, great job today, Craig. We appreciate you joining us.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yep. Craig Kimbrell, our guest, he closed it out 13 for 13 save opportunities for the Phils.
Smells like perfection.
It sure does. Well, game 2 of this broadcast will be tomorrow. Taijuan Walker will be on the mound for the Phils. 6:30 on NBC Sports Philadelphia, streaming on the NBC Sports app. Phillies pregame live begins at 6. The senior producer of Phil's Baseball, Jeff Halleckman. Josh Traeger's our associate producer, and today's director, Mike Mulligan. For John Kruk and our entire crew, I'm Tom McCarthy. Thanks for watching, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your 4th of July. The Phillies win at 3-1. Stay tuned for Cure Auto Insurance presents Phillies Postgame Live.